Hi, welcome to Buzz and Bark. My name is Patricia. I'm a certified Reiki master in the Usui tradition, an animal communicator, sound healer, and other things. And my mission is to help humans bond more deeply with animals, both domestic and wild. So I thought I'd give my little spiel. And I'm going to be doing a remote sound bath. And I've got some Fibonacci, singing bowl, koshi chimes, and a flute. And I intend to infuse Reiki into this sound bath. But before I do that, remember to like, share, and leave a comment and subscribe if you land on this and you haven't subscribed yet. It would really help me. I did have a Buzz and Bark Animals channel before this one. It was accidentally deleted, and this one is the new one, which is replacing the one that I put so much work into. So first, I want to talk a little bit about the Fibonacci tuning forks and why I'm adding it to this session. And then the intention for this session is to bring peace for all sentient beings in the world. I think we could really use that right now. And I know with Reiki and also sound baths, it's good to set an intention. Now, you may have your own intention that you want to set, and that's fine. You can do that. I am calling in some angelics and some galactic beings to help with this. And you can call on your spirit guide, your totem animals, your power animals, for both you and your pets and any animals in your vicinity, because I know when I do these, I get hummingbirds and flickers and all kinds of creatures coming by the window, which is really fun. Okay, so the Fibonacci, and this is just a really condensed version of the meanings of each of the forks. The Fibonacci sequence is when you add the adjacent, okay, so you start with 1, you add 1 to it, you get 2, so then you have 2 and 1, and then when you add 2 and 1, you get 3, so then the next fork is 3 and 2, and then 5 and 3, and 8 and 5, and 13 and 8, and 21 and 13, and then 34 and 21, and then you keep going until you get to 144. So I only have 8 of the 12 forks, and they represent the beginning, the space, which is the octave above the number 1, and then the third one is balance, the pituitary glands, nervous system, so it's a good one. And then the next one is dreams and the mystic fire, and it's a 6, so in the scale it would be like the 6th note with the first note, so your chord would basically be a 6, or it'd be an interval of 6. And there is one that is an interval of the 5th, but I believe that's if you take the 144 and the 89 and you strike those two together, you get a perfect 5th, which is what you find in Gregorian chants. And then you have the inner voice, and that's the 3rd ventricle of the brain, the healer within. The 13 is mystical passageway, and if you're using the forks in adjacent, like you're doing the fork next to the other fork, you get dissonance kind of in the middle of the forks, and it comes into resolution by the time you get to this fork. And then the 21 is the great divide, the gateway to higher consciousness, angels, and divas. And then the final one, 34, is the eye of God and the pineal gland. So I want to warn you that these forks will put you in an altered state, depending on how sensitive you are, and also the singing therapeutic bowl here. It's 100 to 1,000 hertz. And then I've got the koshi chime. So it's very relaxing. I mean, sound baths usually are. I don't recommend that you have any other devices besides the one you're using to listen to this turned on, to remove all distractions and to not be multitasking. Because if you're multitasking, you're not going to multitask well, because your brain is going to be engaging with these relaxation, and this is also very relaxing for the nervous system, but I'm mainly working on the energy fields. So your pets might want to go in a corner and go to sleep, or they may get a little, well, I don't think they're going to get all like zoomy on this one, but sometimes during the Reiki they can get very zoomy, you know, where they're moving around and stuff. I think with this one it's very relaxing. They might be looking for a little comfortable place. You want to get comfortable as well. Now, you can also leave like a door ajar. So if the, you know, a cat or a dog wants to come and go, it might be too strong for them. They may want to leave the room and then come back, because these are very powerful frequencies. You might not hear them as well with your device because they're very quiet, or you may hear them on headphones. Whether you hear this or not, you're still going to get the effects. You will hear the flute and you will hear the chimes, but the tuning forks can be on the quiet side. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with the Buddhist metta prayer. May all sentient beings be filled with loving kindness, be happy, peaceful, and well, safe and protected, loved and connected, and free from all suffering. And so it is. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And sadhu means thank you. And I believe it's Pali. And Pali was the original Buddhist language. Okay, so I think it's related to Sanskrit. I'm going to start with the 1-1, and I'm going to use the 1-1 with all the forks. And again, I already gave you the description. You don't need to be too concerned about that. Actually, I'm going to start with the singing bowl. Let's get us into the space. So you want to take some deep breaths and relax your body. Why don't we just do a body scan so we can relax our body and be prepared for these sounds to come in. So starting with your feet, I want you to focus on your feet. Any sensations, anything you might be feeling, your toes, the arches of your feet, your heels, the top of your feet, any part of your foot, and then the ankle bone and all the way up the ankles, whatever you're feeling there. And I want you to thank that part of your body for all that it does. And also you can visualize your pets, you know, ankles and feet as well if you want to do that. And then we're going to go up our ankles into our shins and our calves, into our knees. And I want you to focus on any sensations that you're feeling, because we're scanning the body, and we're also thanking the body and asking the body to relax. So if you're feeling any tension in those parts, then you can intentionally ask those parts of your body to relax. And then we're going to go up the thighs. And then we're going to go to the pelvic area and also the hips and the lower back. And we're going to relax that area and also your buttocks. So we want to relax that. And then we're going to go into the solar plexus, which is right around your belly button, and also your back at the same time. And then we're just going to go up on both sides. We're going to go up the back and up the front and the ribs and your heart and, you know, all of the organs that are in there to see what is happening there. You may have gurgling sounds, you may have whatever. If you're feeling any kind of tension, to intend to release that. And then we're going to go on the hands, the fingers, the palms, the wrist, forearms, elbows, upper arm, shoulders, and then we're going to go across where the collarbone is, and the back, upper back, and then we do neck and throat, and then your ears, your scalp, back of your head, your face, and everything that has to do with your face, your mouth, your teeth, gums, everything. Okay, if I'm going too fast, you can go at your own pace, and you can actually do this during the sound bath if you want to. And then just, you know, take some deep breaths and just sort of release, you know, shake out your body and, you know, roll your shoulders your neck, your head. You know, just prepare, get in a good, nice, comfortable position. You could be lying down, you can be sitting. And I just want you to focus on releasing tension in your body and doing some deep belly breaths while this is going on. And your animal already knows what to do. It's like humans that need the the permission to relax, but animals will relax. So let's start with the singing bowl. take some deep breaths. I'm also intending to bless whatever glass of water or bowl of water you have with you. I'm going to end with some singing bowl. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed this sound bath for world peace, for all sentient beings. May you be well, peaceful, and happy. May you subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you and have a wonderful week bonding with your pet. Bye for now.